Put your hands together.
Konnichiwa, fine people.
Konnichiwa.
Bitches. I'll say this, bitches. Great news. I won the battle of anorexia. It was around 2 weeks, but I did. I mean, I used to sell mystery boxes on eBay, and I was an extreme couponer, and I would just go get a lot of shit for free, and I'd put it in a box, and people would bid on it on eBay. And so I'd go like once a week to the post office, and I'd go down Terra Boulevard, and I ran past J. Paul's. I was like, well, shit, well, I didn't run, I drove. I don't run, clearly. But it said, you know, comedy night on Wednesdays, and so I took the number down, and the next day I went to the doctor, and they were doing like these little nerve tests, and it was freaking me out. So I was like, well, you know, cracking jokes, because anytime, you know, it's my defense mechanism, you know, just to get people to like me, you know, if I'm scared, that's what I do. And so I'm cracking them left and right, and he's like, are you a comedian? And like, I've been asked that my whole entire life. Like, I'm sure everybody else says that does this. Are you a comedian? No. And so that day I told him, yeah. I was like, fuck it, yeah, absolutely, I'm a comedian, right? Because I am. Like, everybody's asking me, apparently I am. And then he called me back, and I was on the show the next, like 4 days later. I mean, it was like a lady comedy thing, and it was an all urban club, and it was just me and like the 3 white people that I brought. And it was completely awesome. I'm feeling fly. I didn't give a shit how I looked. I wanted to do the magic things I hear you skinny people can do magic shit, right? Ride a bike. Right. Magic. Ride a roller coaster. Magic. Ride a dick. Magic. But as far as the experience on stage, which is what you asked me, I was very, very scared. Because I've always been scared to get on stage, like Carrie type shit, we're talking. Like, I'm serious, like bad. And I had about 20 people come out to support me, and it was really nice. And but yeah, I'm scared. I mean, stage fright is not as bad, but I still get yanked up about it. I want to go to a party, and I want to dance, and I want to make my ass clap, but not sound like we're at a Falcons game. No? It's a rush for days. But, you know, I'm just shaking and stuff from getting off stage. But I love it. I'm so addicted to it. I got 2 20-year-olds and a 2-year-old. My 20-year-old son was in Henry County for 10 months in jail. And I was upset at first. But then I was like, man, you know, he learned a trade. He knows how to tattoo, right? So you go to H. Miller Comedy on Facebook, and you like my page, you get half off on the tattoo when he gets out. He's in Jackson. He'll be in another year. But it'll be a good deal when he gets out. Right? Basically, you know, I didn't even really know what the hell I was going to do. I know that, you know, I'm funny, funny shit happens to me, and I didn't know how to put it on paper, and I'm still kind of struggling with how to get that all together. I've got notebooks after notebooks, just stuff everywhere, and I don't know how to put it in a format, so I decided to take a class. And so I basically got the punchline-y type format that a lot of people aren't really used to around here, because they're really into story type stuff, which I've tried to get into now. The reason I tell you all this stuff is because I'm an excellent mother. And I know that, right? I know that. But they're still alive, right? They're 20, one's in jail, one's in drug court, but they're alive. They must give it up to me, right? Excellent mother. Because they're alive. But I've got ADD, okay? I'm a reality TV junkie type thing, and like people, you lose attention, okay? So my thing is like get in and pop. So what I did was just basically took general ideas and just made them into, like, because of Jeff Justice, into like a punch style type format. And thank God, my parents, my dealer, yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of shit in a short amount of time, my whole life. I mean, I mean, success ultimately would be able to, you know, pay my bills. That would be great, and to have gas to go to different, you know, events would be awesome as well. Because this is all I'm doing is this, and it's really, really hard. But broader, I really feel successful now. I got something to sleep, stay awake, forget, pay attention. I don't even think I'm here right now. I don't. Well, I believe in God, but I really feel like if you're doing what you were put here to do, that's what happens. And while people might think that it's just because, oh, I'm kissing somebody's ass or da-da-da, or I'm saying something that somebody else said or whatever the bullshit is, the reality is I'm doing what I was meant to do, what I was put here for. I believe I'm God's court jester. I believe he kikis and laughs at my shit all the time. You know what pill I do need? Somebody knows. I mean, let's tell you know what pill I need. What pill I need, guys? I'm going to tell you. The lesbian pill, right? Because if I'm going to be a famous comedian, I've got to be a lesbian. Ellen, Rosie, Sandra Bernhardt, Andy Dick. I'm not trying to get shit across to anybody. I just want people to laugh. Like, that's my thing, is to make people laugh. And that's why I have a hard time trying out new material, because then people, you're afraid they're not going to laugh. And that's something I'm trying to work through. But that's always been my goal. Since I was 5 years old, that's all I've done is try to make people laugh. Like, go out of my way to make people laugh. And it's gotten harder to make people laugh since I've started doing this, which fucks with me. It's harder for me to laugh as well. I used to love to laugh. So I have a feeling that's not going to work, right? So if that doesn't work, like I know it won't, I'm going to have to do the old-fashioned way. I'm going to sleep my way to the top. You right there, chubby boy with the earrings. #1 fan. It might be different in different scenes, but from what I've experienced from, if you can call it that, I mean, the Atlanta comedy scene, I don't know what it's called, if that's it, but you know, I just got up one day and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go on stage even though I'm scared about it, because I can make people laugh. So I didn't do any kind of like reading the comedy Bible, doing any research, Googling nothing. I ain't done none of that shit. And that seems to be a problem for a lot of people that do comedy. And see, my personal thing is comedy is like making people laugh. I didn't know there was a fucking science to it. You dig? That ain't me, man. That ain't me, right? I'm just making people laugh, whatever I got to do. And so I would tell them, if you don't want nobody fucking with you and messing up your game, you need to probably try to do a little bit of research. Because I just went into it like I do anything else, which is like, this is what I'm going to do, and I just learn as I go. So I would say, you know, they might want to do that, especially if they're going to go anywhere, because if you go anywhere, people are going to mess with you. Like Clyde should play, he walks around me. #1 fan, listen. You do me, right? Yeah. I'll be on you so hard and so fast, you'll be like, oh, quit it. Both you bitches, get off me. I don't recommend going into like a open mic scenario where you got to bring 10 people. I would save that shit for later when you're getting paid, because I made a mistake of like, okay, because I grew up in the same area. I mean, I've got 30, 40 people deep behind me that I've known my whole life, and I wore them out at the beginning. You know, come here, and it didn't do shit for me. I mean, it did help because I was able to book some things, but still. So I'd say kind of try to stagger that shit out, you know, maybe get 5 or 6 to come here or there, if you can get some people to do that. You guys okay? Everybody fine? Yes, sir. Right? Yes, sir, I get it. Fuck it. I do sound like a dude. It's cool. I'm really, really old school comedy. I'm like into that punchline-y type, you know, shit that makes people laugh and remember it. I don't know what's going on. I just don't. My dad's on Facebook and I saw on the wall. So he looked up and you're like, I got a lot of shit on my mind. And I've got the microphone, so everything's fine, right? Are we good? Are we still good? I mean, I don't watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like I did back in the day for a minute, but I don't know if I was jealous or whatever because they were doing it and I wasn't doing it or what, but I just couldn't even watch it, you know? But there was a little time where I did, you know, and then that was that time period. And like Barry Sobel really was like the first comedian I did like. I got this tattoo on my ankle from my ex-boyfriend. We'll talk about that for just a second. It's not big, I can't see anymore. I can't see it, but you know, y'all can, right? Yep. This tattoo, like his dick, is like the wind. I can't see it, but I can feel it and I know it's there. Hi, Angela Miller. Thank